And yes, as Jason said, everybody, my name is Daryl Dauphin. I'm the founder of This Day Design. And thank you for being at the Success Summit. Let's jump right into it. So in this webinar, I'm going to teach you my three-phase framework to attracting clients while sleeping. And this will directly help you launch a world-class website if you haven't done so yet, book more calls using the lead magnet, and optimize your website to reach more people organically. And once you're ready, add on to that with online ads like Google ads and Facebook ads and that sort of things. So, and all that can be starting today. Now, and forever in the future. So a little bit about me. My name is Daryl Dauphin. Like I said before, I'm the founder of This Day Design. I'm also a web developer. I'm also recognized as Boston's top web designers list. I'm also the creator of the 5-week client acquisition framework. And I'm also a web-winning web designer from coding competitions. And lastly, I'm a bespoke DJ. I like music. I enjoy listening to music, as you can see with my headphones. And yeah, next. And before I get into the lesson, I wanted to explain to you guys, I wanted to introduce you guys to Kathy Griffin. She's a mindset coach. And, I wanted to, before I met her, she had no email capturing system. She had no landing page for her products or service. She had essentially no website to begin with. And after working with her, we automated her email capturing system. Her website was optimized to convert 24/7 here, and we doubled her email list. Now, she's a busy entrepreneur, and a little bit of details here. We've doubled her email list by 133%. And at the end of the day, she was able to successfully launch her online campaigns. She got it automated and so on and so forth. Now, let's jump right into the 3-phase framework to attracting clients while sleeping. I know this is what you all are here for. Let's get right into it. And let's take some notes also. This is going to go by. And yes, phase 1. Optimize your website to sale. Now, in this phase, if we haven't have a website yet, we optimize your website. We create the game plan, to make sure that your website is profitable from day one and forward, long-term. We're thinking long-term here. And second, we design and develop your website's SEO, meaning SEO is search engine optimization, which means that it helps your website get on top of the Google. Like at first, like when folks search your, let's say online, let's say people search Daniel's coaching, then they find, okay, Daniel's coaching at the very top of Google or any other search engine. And that's sort of like the game plan that we really dig into, because this phase, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit later, is how we get your website sort of just optimized and perform and be successful long-term. And let's go back into the slide. We also test the final product and we launch. So this is just phase 1. And this is basically how I want to say that. And phase 1 is quick. It doesn't take weeks to launch a website. Some folks tell me, why do I need a website when, why do I need my marketing services when I can just do a Wix or a Squarespace? But for me, I like to use WordPress as a platform and from all my clients. And I believe WordPress is just the best SEO based service to getting folks started right away and building their online presence long term. And that's what I like to say to my clients when they hop on board and we get things kicked off. All right. And a little bit about why I like a little bit about why you need a website. You basically use the website to promote and sell your products online. I mean, everybody knows this, but if you haven't had a website right now, this is for you. It helps you connect with new customers, and also it keeps existing customers coming back. And also it helps you compete with other big brands or even your other, competitors in your same area. Now, phase two. Now, phase two is where we get really into I call it the race to the top with SEO. Basically, it's how we start optimizing to attract more visitors. And it's a system. This isn't just, you can just start like a Wix website and then you're already at the top of Google. This system here, basically, when you start your WordPress website, for example, you start, let's say, blogging, you start building it out. Now, the website could just be the bones, but once we start building the SEO and the search engine optimization, the blogging, for example, posting articles on the site, posting links to YouTube or any other type of content on the site, that's when we start building out the meat, right? Like the bone, like you give the bone some meat to the site, and that's how we attract more people to the site using SEO or search engine optimization. Now back to the slide. Like I was saying, we monitor, the search engine rankings. Basically, we make sure that, hey, are we at top 5 in our local area, or where are we nationally? And we want to make sure that all of those are optimized. It's not just, it's not just going on Google and searching your name, because then Google recognizes your search history. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that anybody anywhere can search your business and be able to locate it as few clicks as possible. So let's go. And then also there's also the organic search. I mean, that's what it's good for. It's just organic. Like that's what any business needs at this point in time. I think when they're first starting out and launching their website is organic search. And we're going to get into the last phase, which is actually online ads. But first, before we get into the online ads, we actually need, a sort of the meat, right? The meat, like we need to attract folks, visitors and clients and your potential prospects to what they want. And that's how we build it with SEO. Next. And like I said, this is the why. So why we need SEO. It builds and increases brand visibility. It creates trust and credibility, meaning, when you look at marketing and just overall, you want to make sure that it's bringing as many eyeballs to your brand as possible. And at the end of the day, it's for return on investment, meaning conversions or, new clients or attracting clients while you sleep. Now, when I say attracting clients while you sleep, it's interesting because we want to make sure that we attract the clients, not just from anywhere, right? We want to make sure that we have a good, solid foundation first. And that's what the SEO does. But now, once we get into the online ads, that's when it gets interesting. Because now we're in phase 3. Phase 3 is attracting clients while sleeping with online ads. Now with this phase, we want to make sure we have the target audience and we push them down a sales funnel, which is your website, to your offer, and to, let's say, to chat with them, let's say through Calendly or or through, let's say, an email list, or however way you want to interact and engage with them. Now here, basically we automate the systems for sale. Like this is when you get into like the big leagues, where it's like, we want to make sure that all the systems are automated as much as possible. And we start, easing off the business. Sometimes people say, you don't want to work too much in the business, but on the business and creating the new ideas and so on and so forth. So here, we, when in terms of the automation, we want to make sure that we automate all the systems for sale and that sort of thing. Now, next is also the new product and service launch funnels. We automate all of that. So from the customer finding out about your brand to getting them on the email list with, let's say, a freebie offer, it could be it could be a book or a mini course or a masterclass, whatever you want, a podcast, whatever you, or a lower tier product, whatever it is, that's how you get them into the launch funnels, into the launch campaigns, which is how the ads and, with either Facebook or Google ads work. Now, here, the last one I say here is launch with launch with Facebook and Google ads. Now, this is interesting to me because we can either go either way, because as a coach, you might think, okay, well, I want to pick, let's say I'm on LinkedIn, I want to pick LinkedIn ads, or I'm on Facebook, I want to just pick Facebook ads. But what I recommend for most coaches, is really just start off with Facebook ads, because Facebook ads can have a lot of reach for as little investment money as possible. Now, I'm not saying Google ads is bad, but it's just Google ads is more like for like products. Let's say you have a product coming out, then that's kind of how it can help build that, let's say, engagement, or depending on how you set up the online ads, for example, it can differentiate on, let's say, if you want more conversions or more engagement on your product or your service. Now, basically, this is now into the why. Why do you need online ads? Now, it drives traffic to your website and increase conversions. Now, that's great because once your website gets started with SEO, that's SEO, meaning search engine optimization. You're building out your blogging, you're building out your content onto the site. You're not really reaching out to, let's say, you're not really relying only on social media to promote your service. Then, and you're using your website, that's you're bringing them onto the website. That's how, you start increasing conversions with, let's say, the SEO, and then and retarget them with the online ads. Now, I just mentioned retarget. Retarget means, and I'm going to mention it a little bit at the end there. Basically, retargeting, I can just mention it now. Retargeting basically means once someone comes to the website, we want to re-engage them somehow. And let's say you do get on, either Facebook ads or Google ads, then that's a way to, let's say, poke them and be like, hey, let's see, here's what else I'm doing. Here's what else I'm offering in my business that you might be interested in. Or just as simple as, hey, I'm still here and here's what I'm still doing. And they come back to your website, they go to your funnel, they get on your email list, you promote your service or product, and they get on a call with you, and you have a new client. But in the middle there, I wanted to just say also, the why as to online ads is also it's fast, flexible, and it's trackable, meaning it's very easy to set up a online advertisement campaign, with either Facebook or, let's say, even LinkedIn or Google or any of the big platforms. Now, it's very easy to do so. So also, this is just, I want to introduce the ultimate website resource wall. Now, what you're seeing here is the resources that I use and I introduce to my clients depending on their needs and their desired results. Now, for example, just to quickly go through this, first one is it's Flywheel. It's just a WordPress website builder. There's Team Forest. It's just a way to style, you can go and download different styles and add them to your website. And Anchor is kind of like a podcasting system. Some of you guys might know some of this. And for example, ConvertKit is basically how you can build out your email list. I suggest checking it out if you haven't done an email list yet. So basically, it helps you automate your email sequences, and so on and so forth. SEO here, Yoast SEO helps build your SEO platform inside your WordPress website. This work at WP Rocket helps makes your website performant, because what Google does is to get to the top of Google organically without online ads. If you don't have the budget yet, and you just want to focus on SEO, you kind of just want to make the website as performant as possible. Now, this is new with Google's new updates. Google updates their algorithm for the website rankings a lot. And as of now, that's what they're using. They're really choosing performing websites to sort of get to the top of their rankings. And a little bit at the end of the list here, you have Jasper. Jasper is sort of like a copywriting AI assistant, and it helps with just, building out your social media content, your website content. It even helps with like all sorts of the copywriting aspects of your business. If you choose to try it out, try it out. It used to be called Jarvis, but you should find it as in Jasper now. Now, in terms of building out social media content, you have a Agora post. In terms of automating your systems, you have Zapier here. In terms of more of SEO reportings and sort of things like that, you have Alexa, then there's Google Domains. There's Elementor, which is still for WordPress. Now here I'm saying WordPress a lot because WordPress is what I use and what I recommend to all the clients that come to me. And at the end of the day, because it still works, like, 40% of the internet is WordPress. And once you want to build, and it's a lot of websites still use WordPress because it just works. And of course, there's Calendly, and a lot of people know about Calendly. It helps you build your booking system. And lastly, there's Google and Facebook ads. Now, the size of these images don't mean they're more important or not. It's just the way I decided to do this wall, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now if you follow this system, you will attract more clients for your coaching business. It's as simple as a website that works for you 24/7. So you don't really put an open sign or anything like that. You just have all your social media, all your content on your site, and it's optimized to get the prospect to you as fast as possible, 24/7 as you sleep. And so basically, how would it feel? Think about it. How would it feel to attract high quality clients while you sleep, to be the guru in your field that people gravitate towards to, and to even have your business grow exponentially? Now, you really have, that could be you. That could be you, really. And there's two options here. Option one, you can stay as you are now, or, that's fine. You grow your business. That's awesome, right? And then there's option two. You want to try something else, like something different, something that can get you to the next step, to the next phase in your marketing inside your business. Now, for this conference, I'm offering a free discovery call. Like you see the image here, it's a QR code. You can go right to it. Basically, what we'll talk about is how to position your website for long-term growth. Basically meaning, how to get your website how to basically turn your website into a 24/7 salesman to grow alongside your day-to-day marketing operations. And two, how to get this framework starting from day one. Like we'll go over, all the software, all the systems and processes that you need to make this happen. Now, this call basically will give you actionable advice, like nothing too woo-woo or whatever, but we're going to go down and audit your whole web presence and really just give you, advice that you can use and take away right away. And lastly, I am really taking just 4 people this month. And yeah, so if as soon as you can, just go to the QR code over here and you'll be able to sign up. Now, well, lastly, thank you for listening to this presentation. My name is Dauphin. Here's my contact information. Daryl at thisday.design. And also here's my number, 857-241-9955. And thank you very much. And I'll pass it on to Jason Burke.
Thank you so much, Daryl. And you definitely want to reach out to Daryl. Daryl's going to be back for day 2 tomorrow to give us some more great insights as well. So we look forward to having Daryl back for day 2. And I just want to give you a preview of day 2. Tomorrow we're going to start at 10 a.m. So what I'm going to do right now, everyone, is put the Zoom link in the chat for tomorrow. So everyone on here, that is going to be the Zoom link tomorrow for day 2 of the High Performance Assessment. We're going to kick off at 10 a.m. with Randy Tate from iFlip to go more into cryptocurrency and AI. We're going to have Maverick Million, Paul Fink back at 11:05. He's going to go into even more. We're going to have me, Jason Burke, talk about how to monetize your events. We have Jillian back to speak right after me. We're going to have Raising Capital to Brad Blazer, and Daryl's going to be back. We're going to have a great day at day 2 of the High Performance Assessment Virtual Summit event. Put the Zoom link in the chat. You definitely want to reach out to Daryl as well. And so I want to thank everyone coming out for day 1 of the High Performance Assessment Virtual Summit.